Hello everybody, Connor from Dash 7 Studios here. Just doing a little bit of a chilled out train simulator stream this morning, since I just woke up after about 4 hours of sleep, so I can't really do anything too strenuous. I'm just going to be playing around with some new things that I got from sale, which include, I got the Liverpool to Manchester route from a friend, so I got the Class 158 Perkins Enhancement Pack for that, and I got both the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 43 MTU and Valenta Enhancement Pack. So we are gonna go and play around with that stuff a little bit. I've already obviously had a little bit of playtime with them, but I figure I can show you guys too. We're gonna do this one because it's let's just do this one because it's easy. So if you guys try to comment on the video, if you try to do the chat, I can't see it because I don't have a second monitor hooked up right now like I normally would for a stream. So I probably will not see what you're saying unless you message me on Steam. So time to play the loading game. I still don't have the actual Train Sim 2018 because I think it's pointless because I already had the Caltrain route and I wouldn't play on the German one, and I already have two versions of the Riva Trains Wales route, so you know, not a whole lot of point in that. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm sorry that I'm so boring and monotone this morning, but I'm barely awake at the moment, so getting up at 5 o'clock after going to sleep at 2 o'clock with stomach issues is a real fun time. Alright, here we are, loaded in the scenario. I probably should have read whatever that said. What I did is, this is the default, one of the default career scenarios. Wow, nice frames for some reason. Here, I think we need to lower the settings just a tad bit. Usually I get pretty good FPS on Liverpool Manchester. But what I did is I took one of the default career scenarios for Liverpool Manchester and I cloned it and put in my own I put in the 158 Perkins from Armstrong Powerhouse, because you know the default 158 is a load of garbage. So yeah, the 158 is the first thing I actually bought from the sale because my friend, like I said, my friend bought Liverpool Manchester for me because it was on sale for really cheap. So I did not want to play with a default 158. The first one I did on Liverpool Manchester is actually a free roam I made with the a 47 with the loco hauled service, which was fun, I guess. But I do like doing the default career scenarios a lot. So, oh, that's loud. It is approaching lunchtime and your shift finishes at Manchester Piccadilly. Drive an express train to Manchester, stopping at Liverpool South Parkway, Widnes, Warrington Central, Manchester Oxford Road, and Manchester Piccadilly, however you pronounce it today. Sorry. That's a bit better on the frames. allow passengers to blah blah blah. Alright, we're going to set up the train. We're going to put our DVD on. Going to put master key in. Put that into neutral. Turn our tail lights off. Headlights on day and marker. Buzz the guard. Put our destination in onto the Voltron. Nope. That's where we are now. Alright, there we go. Manchester on our display. Put it forward. Cancel the DVD. Turn off the DRA. And let's get going. We have the green signal, so we are all set to go. 11:53 a.m. One thing I noticed with this pack, I actually emailed Armstrong Powerhouse about it, but apparently they said it's supposed to be like it. But the in-cab sounds are very, very quiet. Like without the window open, like you can barely hear the engine. But in their video, it was a lot louder, it seemed, than I have it. Unless they have a better sound system, which I wouldn't doubt. So, got a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit right now. This route, I will say, even though it's pretty straight and flat, like yeah, it's really short, it seems. I actually enjoy it quite a lot. I think the route looks quite nice. Which is all that matters. As long as the route looks nice and it's got playability, then who cares how long it is? Right? Exactly. Alright, crossing over onto the left track here, which is, I don't know which direction is that, down or up? I don't understand. We are. No, it doesn't tell you. It's the up line. We are on the up line now, so we'll have a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up here pretty soon. Alright. I am very very happy with the 158 pack. It was a little on the costly side. It was $12.99 GB pounds for, I don't remember exactly what it was in US dollars. I think it was like $20, a little bit over $20. I don't exactly remember, but it was a bit costly, plus the $9.99 for the actual DLC, but it is worlds and worlds and worlds and worlds better than the default Class 158. My frames just hit the tank. I don't know why. The computer is moody. I don't think it likes streaming very much, to be honest. But what are you gonna do? Right? As long as we're getting above like 15, we're fine. Crossing back over. I think actually no. Now that I think now we're on the up line. I really have no clue though. I really don't know. Not something that I am familiar with. I believe this is Edge Hill. Yeah, right. We are getting about 15 FPS, and I'm not sure why. whatever. It could be worse, I suppose. I think it's just a combination of streaming and actually playing the game, because the game by itself, you know, takes up enough of your computer. You really notice when you try to do something else. Got some nice instrument lights there. Throw the window open. What I think I love about this pack are just the sounds in the passenger view. They're amazing. And the thing is, like, why isn't it like that in the cab? It's just my main. Alright, well, I just had somebody tell me my audio is a bit quiet, so I'm going to change that. Give me a minute. Let me just I can turn that up just a bit. Just a bit. Let's see how that works. Alright, see if that mic is a bit louder now. I am using a new mic, guys, by the way. That's why I'm having some audio configuration stuff this morning, because I haven't done a stream with this new mic yet. Yeah, so sorry. Once we get it ironed out for this stream, we should be all set. So, just bear with me, I guess, at the moment. I've got an 80-mile-an-hour limit, but we have to stop at Liverpool South Parkway in about 3 miles. So, let's get her going as fast as we can before we have to slow down. Now that the cab window's open, you can hear the engine sounds a bit better. Yeah, that is one of my minor complaints with the Liverpool to Manchester, is that it's just so linear. It's just really flat and really straight. Like, once you get past Liverpool South Parkway, where we're getting to in a minute here, it's really just a straight shot all the way to Manchester. I got a 70-mile-an-hour coming up, and then another 80, so we're on a downhill grade right now, so don't need that much throttle. I don't know what station we're passing right now, because I don't know the route well enough to know that off the top of my head, but all I know is we is not stopping. Back up to 80. Like, do you guys hear what I mean? Like, you really can't hear the engine over the run sounds when you get going this fast. Like, once you get to speeds like this, the sound of the bogies just totally drown out the engine altogether. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but I've installed the pack like 4 different times to try to get it to work the way I thought it should, but apparently this is the way it's supposed to be, because, you know, it seemed like, I mean, like, you get in the The passenger compartment, you can hear it no problem. I just don't know what the deal is. Alright, our frames are going a little low because we're getting toward the big yard down here at Liverpool, South Parkway. So, let's hope I don't overshoot this platform. That's one thing I am very, very bad at, is stopping for stations. Because I really never allow myself to get familiar enough with one... Oop, I don't want emergency brake. I never let myself get familiar enough. I don't play with one engine enough to get familiar with it enough to know that about just the brake. Come on. Come on. We've got a little bit of time to get up towards that 3 sign. Alright, that's a bit better. Kind of sucked though. Yeah, it's either I overshoot horribly, or I stop too early. For those of you who don't know, maybe from the U.S. and you don't know a lot about British trains, but these markers, the 3-car stop, 4-car stop, 8-6-car stop, that basically tells the driver of the train where to stop based on how many cars he has, or coaches or units. In our case, we have a 2-coach unit. So the closest thing to that is 3. So we stop a little bit before the 3, I think is how it works. Acknowledge the guard buzzer. I know that's not how it works in British trains, but since I'm an American, I'm used to blowing the horn before I leave a station. So we have got a diverging caution, or diverging approach is what they'd call it over there. Which just simply means we have a caution signal because we are diverging onto another line. Our next signal should be green. Could go take a ride in the second man's area over here with the nice dinky little fold down seat. Alright, we've got a 30-mile-an-hour now, I just realized. Got a Class 47 sitting over there. One of my personal favorites. The Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack for that one is amazing, so one of the reasons why I like it so much. So we've got overhead wires and third rail here. Somebody from Britain, I probably could ask, but I'm not sure what lines converge here, but it's interesting because both the third rail and the overhead wires stop right up here. So yeah, I'm not sure what routes, what lines converge, but I'd be interested to find out. I'll have to ask one of my friends who knows a bit more about that kind of thing than I do. Yeah, see the overhead lines just stopped, so there's no more OHLE. So, and I believe that's really loud. I believe that the third rail ends fairly shortly too. For those of you who don't know about British trains, that that beeping noise that you just heard is the driver of it's the driver. What's the term for? I think it's driver vigilance device. And basically, when you're running, you have your feet on a pedal, and I don't know if it's every minute, no matter what, or every minute that the controls aren't touched, it will start beeping, and you have to move your feet so it knows you are alive. So I think it's every minute, that just in general, but not sure about that. Passing through another station here. There we go. But it's just amazing to see the features that Armstrong Powerhouse managed to cram into what was really a garbage model. Because what they did, they didn't use a 158 as the base for this pack. They actually, the requirement for this pack is the Network Southeast Class 159 for the Riviera line, because the models are literally the same. And what they did is they took that and made 158s out of it, and they completely reworked the cab, like, from the ground up. And they added a bunch of features like the opening window for the sounds, and basically everything you see in this cab was not there functionality wise. Obviously, like, all the controls were there, but functionality wise there was nothing on the 159. I don't even know if the 159 had that in it at all, actually. I still, to this day after buying it, I have not played with the default 159. Haven't even touched it. So, no reason to. It's garbage, as I said. But, yeah. The new pack is great. I'm very happy that I bought it. I mean, at the same time, there's not a whole lot of routes that I really am going to be using 158s on. I mean, you've got this one. You can do South Wales Coastal. They have their Riva Trains Wales one. You can probably run a couple other liveries on that. I'm not proficient enough to know. Settle the Carlisle. You can run the Northern Rail. And beyond that, that's out of my scope. Beyond that, I don't know anything else besides that. Those are just the three routes that I can think of off the top of my head that I know use 158s. And once they release the Cummins pack, because the difference is they released this one, which is the Perkins engine, and they're going to be releasing a second one with Cummins engines, and that'll include variants, I think, like First Great Western and that kind of thing. So you could run that on the Riviera line, which is my favorite British route. Oh, we are going to overshoot this platform. I was not even paying attention. Oh, we're going to Nebworth it. We're going to Nebworth it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yep. That's going to be hurt. That's going to hurt. Yep. Oh, that's a good start. That's a good start. I think I just Nebworth I have never totally blown through a station like that. I will say that. I usually do manage to stop with at least one car on the station. I have not blown through one that badly before. I guess they'll teach me to pay attention then, huh? No, I was talking about something. I can't even remember what that was now. Thanks, game. Thanks, Train Sim. I appreciate that. What was I saying before that? Right. No, was I? Whatever. It's beyond. It's obviously not that important if I can't remember. So why can't it be like all those professional streamers who actually can talk a sentence without having to say or yeah or think intently about what they're saying? It's probably, like I said, it's probably because I am dead tired. Probably doesn't help much. So after we finish this scenario for the 158, I will do the career scenario that comes with the South Wales Coastal Original Edition for the GWR Class 43. And that's the MTU, so we can take a look at the MTU with that scenario, and then I'll load up a quick drive on the Riviera line, I think. And we can take a look at the Valenta instead after that, which I definitely think is the more superior of the two engines. The MTU sounds kind of boring to me. Wow, a curve. That's crazy. I didn't know this route had those. You know, I actually don't think I've done a full run end-to-end Liverpool to Manchester on this route yet. I have such a short attention span. Normally I can only get like halfway through a scenario before I have to go do something else. It's pretty bad. But I guess today, guess I'm feeling a bit different about it today because I'm actually motivated. Yeah, let's do a full run. So you're welcome. Peeps, you're welcome. I do this stuff for you. Alright, that AWS is probably popping off about our 50-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. Which, weirdly enough, I don't see. There's the warning sign. I'm like, where is the warning sign for the 50-mile-an-hour? Because normally you'd have an AWS followed directly by a speed sign. So... one of the great things about this pack is they put their advanced wheel slips scripting on it. So basically, if it's wet at all, like if it's raining or snowing, you are basically sliding everywhere. You will slide while you're accelerating, and your wheels will slip while you're accelerating, and your wheels will slip while you are slowing down. I promise you that. Other day I almost blew through a station because the brakes just would not slow the train down. But if you know what you're doing, you can get around it. But they also include, obviously hand in hand with that, is the advanced wheel slip protection. So basically, if your wheels slip, the speedometer will, you know, either jump up or jump down depending on if you're accelerating or braking, and but then your RPMs will drop automatically to stop the wheels from slipping, and the transmission fault lights will illuminate, so you know that you are wheel slipping. That window open again for the time being. And there's been a lot of trains coming past us. It's like every 5 minutes is just a train. Is that can't be realistic, can it? Huh. I'd be interested to find out. Now you're going to be coasting into Warrington Central Platform 1. This will be easy to stop for. We're not going very fast. I don't think I've ever been to this station before on the route. I think this is the farthest I've driven from Liverpool. Come on, stop right by that sign. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Not quite, obviously, but almost. It was worth a shot. So I was talking about my new mic earlier. I'm using a condenser microphone. It's freestanding on my desk. It's not a gaming headset mic or anything. It's a freestanding condenser microphone. It's made by Enhance. It's nice blue and black color scheme. It's a pretty good mic from what I've been told from my friends on the TeamSpeak and stuff. It's pretty clear and sounds pretty nice. So. And it's really cheap too. It was only like $30 with shipping from Newegg. So a very good purchase, I'd say. It has a pop filter on it apparently, from what my friend was telling me. We tested it, and I'm surprised that something this cheap has features like that. Doors released when lit. Alright, we are Manchester bound now. Manchester Oxford Road, which is like literally right right next to Manchester. I think it's Piccadilly. I think they pronounce it Piccadilly. I don't think they pronounce it Piccadilly. That sounds stupid. Somebody let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. See, it's even the English language, and I'm still mispronouncing it wrong. It's not even German or anything. I need to close that window again, because that's getting a bit much. I wish I had more money, because I would buy every single pack that Armstrong Powerhouse makes, because they do amazing work for a lot of really crappy DLCs. They just make them come alive. It's amazing, and I have no problem paying for their packs, because I know it's going to be worth it every single time. In my opinion, they're the best third-party developer that I can think of, by a long shot, because their packs are good and their customer service is really good, like really good. When I emailed them about this, yeah. Okay, I guess we were speeding there for a second, but I emailed them about this pack. Like I said, I didn't think the sounds were right, but apparently I was wrong. But they emailed me back within like a couple hours. It was really nice. Good people over there. I just can't imagine working for a company like that. Just getting paid to go out and record trains. That must be the coolest thing ever. I imagine once you get back, it's kind of a pain having to make the sounds, but recording, it must be the coolest job ever. I would love to do that. Hey Armstrong, you want a United States division? Hire me. That is something I think they need to do, though, is once they get a bit big, I need to branch out, and we could use some of their magic on some United States stuff, I tell you that. Class 47 with a empty container train there by the looks of it. Yeah, speaking of American trains, I've been buying a lot of British stuff lately. I am completely bored with American trains at the moment. I am just burned out, because that's all I did for a while. And it's just you can only drive so many GEVOs in this game without getting bored. You know, that's basically all the American content we have is some mountain pass with an ES44 or like some commuter F59 or something. It's kind of boring to me. So I figured I'd jump over on the other side of the pond and play around with their stuff, and I have to say it's a lot more exciting than ours. I mean, obviously I don't care for the horns or anything as much as the United States, but at least they can maintain a legit passenger service without having to get funded by the government. Cough, Amtrak. No, it's just nice to get some diversity once in a while. Not to mention, there's not really many good quality sound makers for trains. I mean, yeah, there's guys like the Audio Shack and Searchlight Simulations and Justin Hyland there, and I mean, they're good stuff. It's a lot better than Default, but it's nothing like what Armstrong Powerhouse does for the UK stuff. Nothing like it at all. You can really tell that a lot of love went into Armstrong Powerhouse's packs, which is what I like. Oh, also, for anybody if there is anybody watching the stream, who watches my rail fanning videos, as you can see, I'm not dead. I am currently working on a pretty big project that I hopefully will release by the end of the year. Hopefully. Which I know doesn't give me a lot of time, but I'm basically going to be going from playing in Train Sim this morning to editing videos for the rest of the day. It's a big project. So yeah, I look forward to that. No, we're about 8 miles out of Manchester now. I don't really know what to talk about now. I kind of burned myself out already. Nice bridge. Oh, that's cool. It's a nice view. Got a little bit of a downhill grade now, 1 in 135, which is pretty good. Not enough to make us pick up any speed, apparently. Without any throttle, that is. That is one of the other little gripes I have with the route is I being severely short attention span. I like it when my routes have a lot of crossings so I can play around with the horn. And as far as I've seen, this route has no crossings, not one. So I mean that would literally be the only thing I could think of to make it just a little bit better. But then again, I'm picky and probably ADHD, so that's probably why. I mean, I don't think it'd be too hard to edit them in if I was feeling like I could just take out all these bridges and bring the grade down to track level if I really wanted to that bad. Might be kind of cool. Probably not worth it though. About 4.5 miles out of Manchester Oxford Road now. That should just be a couple more minutes. We are service. I don't know what our service head code is. One of those scenarios that's just old enough where it doesn't tell you. Most of the new scenarios do now, though, so. The sad thing is about the 158 pack here is I can't use any of the scenarios that Armstrong Powerhouse made for it because it has like a bunch of assets that I don't have, which is kind of a shame. But I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world. Passing a pretty big looking intermodal yard. And a pretty interesting looking building right there. Not sure what the heck that is. That is very big and very, I want you to know I'm here. Wow. Be interested to find out what that is. We've got a 30-mile-an-hour coming up. So, probably should start braking. Here's a really nice looking pack. Got like a canal going next to us here. Obviously, prefab root asset. That's one thing they need to make is a little bit better looking water assets. Like that's one of the better ones that I've seen actually, but some of the old ones are really, really bad. I mean really pretty terrible. But then again, what are you gonna do? It is a game. Let's ride in the passenger compartment for a minute. Get some nice sounds. Again, I'm not sure what line is up to our left there. It's got overhead wires again, though. Just as ours does, apparently. Got a 25-mile-an-hour coming up. And at the moment, we are going to be hitting Manchester at about 5 minutes early. I think that's probably because of that stop we missed earlier. The one we Nebworthed. It doesn't sound quite right either. The wheel, the flange squealing just kind of cuts in and cuts out really choppy. It doesn't sound quite right either. Alright, we are in Manchester, and it looks kind of empty. Hopefully we don't have to sit here for 5 minutes. That would kind of suck. Alright, pulling into Manchester. Let's get out of the train. Yep, it looks like we're going to have to sit here for 5 minutes. That is really cool. Awesome. Just what I like doing is sitting in one place. This would be a good time to talk about the features of this pack, maybe. Let me see. I can get their manual from my phone. And my phone is being an idiot. Alright, let's check out the pack and see if we can get the manual. Yep, right there. Can we download it? Yeah, you guys can hear the other default 158 next to us, and it does not sound very good. So Very, very happy I have this pack installed because that default one bothers me. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. Alright. We have Regional Railways livery, which is the one we're driving right now. We have the version with logos, which I believe... Yep, we're driving the logo version. There's a non-logo version, so the X, Regional Railways. And you can get Central Trains, Wales and Borders, Wales and West logo on this livery. You can get the Wales and Borders with and without logo, X Wales and Borders with the Riva logo, Wessex Trains revised with or without the logo, with East Midland Trains and or Northern Rail logo on the X Wessex Train revised. You have Arriva Trains Wales. You have Arriva Trains Rails revised. Northern Rail with or without logos. Central Trains with or without Central Trains logo. And X Central Trains with Arriva or East Midland Trains or Northern Rail logo. You've got East Midlands Trains, the actual livery. So that's a pretty good amount of stuff. Pretty good amount of stuff. The Arriva Trains Wales revised and the East Midlands Trains liveries have the new revised cab. Like I said, features a brand new cab, 10 liveries, detailed internal and external audio, as we can hear. Accurate acceleration and braking physics. It has a GSMR, the global system for mobile communication, but this one actually doesn't because it doesn't have it fitted. It's got the Voith T211RZ hydraulic transmission, wheel slip protection, auto unit numbering, dynamic exhaust effects, Voltron destination indicator controller, which is that bad boy right there, a driver vigilance device. So that's pretty good. There's a lot of stuff in this. GSMR is only on a few liveries. I haven't seen one with it yet, I don't think. Because I basically have only driven this. It has advanced simulation of the Voith transmission. I've only got 0.6 miles, so I'm not going to waste the time with that. So... they've got a butt ton of destinations for the Voltron, depending on which... It's basically livery dependent on what destinations you have in there. They're all different, and it's really good. It's really nice. It does have a cold start. We have to build up the air and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Driver to guard buzzer is inactive when the doors are open to keep you from giving a false right-of-way signal. Reverse must be placed in neutral to start the engine. Power cannot be applied at the brake handles in step 2. Step 3 are emergency. If the emergency brake applies, power can only be regained if the power handle is returned to off. If the brake handle is placed in step 2, step 3 emergency while powering, power will be lost, and you must return the power handle to off before being able to regain power. AWS delay, which is doesn't click off automatically. The headlights only provide illumination at night to make it more realistic, which is cool. So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Basically the 158 pack in a nutshell there for anybody who actually cares. We are pulling into our final destination at Manchester Piccadilly. Platform 13. Not emergency. Stop being an idiot. Yeah, platform 13, because this is a very large station. Yeah, it's a very big station. Right. Just wait till the passengers deboard the train. Then we will go play with the Class 43 MTU. Which will be fun. Let me get the manual pulled up for that beforehand. So, yeah, we failed that scenario pretty bad. Alright, so let us go and get that Class 43 MTU. One of my favorite looking trains. I don't like the sound of the MTU a whole lot. You have to go to South Wales Coastal. Right there. Start. So, let's load it up. It's going to take a minute, so I will start boring you guys with some details of the liveries that come with the MTU. Liveries for the MTU are GNER. We have X-GNER, National Express East Coast. We have National Express East Coast. We have X-NXEC, East Coast with the East Coast lettering. We have East Coast, they're gray with the purple stripe livery. We have First Great Western blue. We have Great Western Railway green, which is the one we'll be running today. We have BR Intercity 125 blue and yellow, number 43002. We have the Intercity Swallow, number 43185. Cross Country, Grand Central. We have a buffered National Rail, or Network Rail, and a non-buffered Network Rail. So that's a pretty good selection of liveries there, and the Valenta comes with also a good selection like that. So, so we have features of the MTU are 13 liveries, detailed internal automatic train protection, which is cool. I'll explain that once we actually get in the cab. Accurate acceleration physics, electric train supply, which is like HEP for us in America. Driver vigilance, driver reminder, 4-step reverser, individually controlled headlight, marker light, tail light, cooling fan simulation, subtle exhaust effects, power car number displayed inside the cab, and detailed headlight, marker light, tail light textures. And once we get in the cab, I will read the little paragraph here on automatic train protection. Oof. Welcome aboard 1B59, a Great Western Railway service from London Paddington to Swansea. Disruption in the Sodbury area has diverted our train via Bath and Bristol Temple Meads. To get back on track, you'll need to change ends at Bristol Temple Meads and Bristol Parkway. Set the train up and get going when ready. Alright, so we need to make driver vigilance active. I'll not activate the ATP yet. I'm 90% sure we have a train that's going to come at us here. So, automatic train protection. Actually, I'm going to, before I say anything, I don't know what time of year it is, but I'm going to go turn the electric train supply on, basically the HEP. So we'll go to the rear cab and hold the on button until she revs up. The white light will pretend to illuminate, I guess. Something wrong with that, I guess. And now we have that. You can hear that subtle high rev. Alright, so ATP, we turn it on with Control P. And once we put the reverser in neutral, it will start testing itself. We can turn our DRA off, turn our tail lights off, turn our marker lights on and our headlights on. You can see it's running its self-test over there. Put it forward, we have the green, we have the road, brakes. Alright, here we go. So, here's the paragraph on ATP from the Armstrong Powerhouse manual. Following a number of incidents, this safety system was introduced on the Great Western Main Line between London Paddington and Bristol. It monitors signals and speed limits, and should the driver not respond correctly to them, it intervenes with a brake application. Note that due to inconsistent behavior of signals in the simulator, cough dovetail, we have not been able to simulate the signal monitoring part of the system. For the purposes of this pack, ATP can be used on any route. On the speedometer, the current speed limit is displayed with a solid green LED next to the relevant speed, which we aren't going to see because we have a speed change coming. And moving to a higher speed, you will hear a beep sound, and the solid green LED will move to the next relevant speed. When approaching a lower speed limit, the green LED will start blinking next to the impending lower speed limit, and you will hear the beep sound. Once you reach the selected speed limit, the green LED will return to a solid state, and you'll hear the beep sound again. One of the main safety features of ATP is that it will apply the brakes if the driver is driving above the speed limit. When 3 miles an hour above the speed limit, a warning sound will be audible as an alert to the driver to reduce their speed. If the driver ignores this and reaches 6 miles an hour above the speed limit, a full-service brake application will be made. It can only be released once the speed reaches the speed limit and the warble sound stops. To release the brakes, the ATP cancel button must be pressed, which I find kind of stupid. It's Control. Oh, I read it as Control Plus, but it's actually Control and the apostrophe. Okay, that would explain a few things. A brake intervention can also be made when approaching a lower speed limit. If ATP judges that you are not braking sufficiently, the warble sound will be audible as an alert to the driver to apply the brakes more heavily. If the driver continues to not brake sufficiently, a full-service brake application will be made and can only be released once the speed reaches the impending lower speed limit and the warble sound stops. Once again, to release the brakes, the ATP cancel button must be pressed. So that is that. Here we are pulling into Bristol Temple Meads, platform 13. I don't know how long of a run this is, but and you can see because we're reaching the end of the track, the ATP put the speed limit to 0, telling me, yep, the track, yeah, you might want to stop, bro. That'll be good enough. Alright, so we're going to have to turn ETH on this end off. And on this end. Put our tail lights on. Driver vigilance isolated. Now we will switch ends. Did I turn it on? I didn't turn it on. That should rev to about 1,000 RPM. The light should sort of come on. Now we are up on this cab. We will turn ATP on. We'll put the reverser in neutral. Driver vigilance on. Headlights, tail lights off. Marker lights on. Put it forwards. Turn the driver reminder off. Okay, ATP is set up. Speed limit is 15, as we can see on our HUD. All passengers here at Bristol Temple Meads have boarded this London Paddington to Swansea high-speed service. Switch cabs and head for Bristol Parkway. We are way ahead of you, my man. Let's get a roll on. Right. We are now heading, our next stop is Bristol Parkway Platform 3. And our final stop is 40 miles, so that's going to take a little bit of time. And one thing they simulated with 43 is the RPMs don't cut out as soon as you turn the throttle off, so you actually have to kind of take your throttle off well ahead of the speed limit so you don't speed like I just did. Alright. We now have a 25 mile an hour speed limit as indicated by the ATP. So let's try to reach that. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Let's get a passenger view, or not a passenger view, but a second man's view. I have a 40 mile an hour, and then we get slammed back into a 25, so I assume we'll be hitting a crossover. Yeah, it looks like it. I really can't go 40, my man. Oh, it's blinking at 25 still. Yep, this 25 is to go over this set of points, I assume. That would make sense anyway. Yep, crossing over onto this line. Alright, we've got a 60, so let's open the throttle on this bad boy. Alright. Alright, we have got an approach. I don't know what's in front of us. Apparently, I don't know what it's for, though, because I'm pushing the tab button, and apparently we don't have a red signal, so... I do not know. As usual, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the MTU engine itself, but the quality of the sounds that Armstrong Powerhouse did are something else, I tell you. It feels like you're actually in the cab of the thing. It's amazing. Alright, we have another approach signal. Again, we don't have a red signal after it. I must be right on the tail of another service. Let's take a look. Center player. Yep. Yep. That's weird. Shouldn't we be stopping, considering this guy's on our track? I think there might be something screwy going on with the signals here. It looks like another HST. Yeah, that's a red signal down there. And it's not letting me call it. It wasn't letting me look ahead to see if it was a red. That's cool. Frickin'. Oh, Train Sim 2018, 2017. Alright. Slowly accelerating now. Out of the stop. Apparently we're going uphill a little bit too, so that's probably why we're going a bit slower. Alright, so if you look on the map, hopefully that train is, yeah, he's going a different way than we are. We are going... Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to change ends again up here at this station at Bristol Parkway. That's convenient. Yeah, you guys can see how short this route is. Kind of weird. It looks like there's a gap in the tracks up here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I've never seen that on the HUD before. Oh, it's a diamond. That's still weird. I've never seen that before. Alright, so I guess driver vigilance is every minute no matter what. Not my best stop, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so let's take this cab out of forwards, turn the ATP off, turn the driver vigilance off, turn the electric train supply on. Headlights off, tail lights off, or tail lights on. Now I'll switch to the other end. Alright, let's set this one up. Driver vigilance, ATP. Headlights on. Marker lights on. Tail lights off. Well, this will be the last friggin' time we have to change cabs. I see a Class 70 in front of us. apparently we have the right of way to go in front of him. Makes sense. Can't exactly go through us, I suppose. Alright, now let's hope we can get some speed going here. Get up to about 90, that would be nice. Apparently the ATP isn't working. Whoops. Sorry about that. I probably just scared the crap out of every single one of you. I just knocked my mic over by accident. Apologies. HSTs had a rather plain cab, didn't they? Not exactly exciting by any means. Nice tunnel, bro. Kind of trippy, ain't it? And speeding again. Got him good. That was pretty cool. I mean, I don't really drive on this route a lot, but it's pretty nice looking. I will say that. Pretty sure we're following on the tail of that other service again. Oh, maybe not. I believe we're about to go through the Severn Tunnel. If I remember right, it's very long. Does this thing really not even have instrument lights? Apparently not. I don't know what those blue signals are for. This is nice. This is a very exciting tunnel. I think when we reach Newport, I'll load up the scenario for the Valenta. I don't think there's any need to do the entire scenario for this thing. Honestly. What else can I talk about? That is the question. Got about 9-ish miles until Newport, which isn't too bad. Alright, here's our 90-mile-an-hour that we were looking forward to. You see, I don't get why the speedometer on these goes up to 140 when their top speed is 125. Container train there with class 70. Let's see. Well, it is freezing cold where I live. It is -1 without the wind chill right now. And it is 16 below with the wind chill. So, yeah, screw you, winter. Sorry I'm being so boring, folks. I'm kind of almost nodding off as we're going here. Which is fun. $75-mile-an-hour coming up. Probably for the approach to Newport. Maybe about 40 mile an hour down the tracks a little bit, about a mile and a half away from us. You got to slow down for that eventually. That would be for the approach to Newport, because Newport's about 2.2. So. Don't know what this yard is used for. It looks like just another Freightliner yard. I probably should start slowing down for that 40 mile an hour now. Got another Freightliner, class 70, hiding over there in the bushes. That distinct GE sound. Alright, almost at Newport. Actually have an advanced approach, which means 2 signals from now are red. Got a 175 DMU pulling into the station for there. Also have the Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack for that, and that is a good pack. That is a really good pack. Alright, I think after we make this stop, after we finish, because saving in the middle of the station stop is a risky thing to do in this game, so we will wait for the passengers to board, and then we will go drive the Valenta on, I'm thinking Riviera line. I'm thinking that might be our best bet. Bum bum bum, the station stop is taken forever. Alright, save, yes. Quit, yes, please. Let's set up. I don't think I'm going to do network rail. We're going to do something cool. I'm thinking a Barbie. A Barbie one. Let's see if we can find one. Yep, there we go. Ooh, we can do something even. Ugh, never mind. Yep, let's do the Barbie without the white. In the clear summer. And while that is loading, I'm going to go take a restroom break. So I will talk to you guys in a minute. Alright, folks, I'm back. Apparently it loaded. Oh, we're on the electrified. Okay. Not the route I wanted to be on. I wanted... Right, we want... No, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Riviera updated. Looks good. Let's do this. That'll work. Here we go. Alright. God. Now I got the wrong train. Yeah, I'm losing it this morning. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. This is the real thing, yep. Alright, here we are. AP Valenta HST Pack. Obviously the more superior of the two. Oh yes, nice old analog sounds. That is a nice thing to hear. Alright, tail lights off, marker lights on, headlights on. Oh yeah, that's much better. The only thing I don't like about the AP 43s is that this is your passenger view. You don't get in the coach. You just get a out the door kind of view. All right, putting forward. Board some passengers on this bad boy. All right, let's get going. Look at this claggy boy. This claggy boy. Come on, claggy boy. Ow. I love it when sounds just load in randomly like that. Yeah, Valentas are obviously the more superior sounding ones in my opinion. This service will be calling at Tainmouth, Dawlish, maybe Starcross if I'm feeling adventurous. Yeah, this is the classic sound everybody thinks of when they think of an HST. Think of this noise right here. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. God damn it. As I was about to take that nice screenshot, got the friggin' DVD alarm pop up. I want to get some flowers so I can get a nice little screeny shot here. This will work. FYI, people, it's going to be loud. Yeah. Well, I broke it. Nope, we're good. Yeah. Let me speed up. That's embarrassing. I think I'm going to go as far as Dawlish before I cut the stream off, because I've got things I gotta go do. Not to mention I'm getting bored because my attention span is like, nah, dude, you need to go do something else. So, yeah, we'll get to Dawlish, and that'll be that, I suppose. Well, and we overshot again. Oh man, I should not be a train driver in real life. Jesus. Oh. I think I broke the stream. Whoops. Sorry about that, people. That is embarrassing. Alright, let's see. How far away is Dawlish? Just right up the tracks. Alrighty. We're about to run along the Dollar Seawall, which is a place that I very, very much want to go someday. One of those places that I definitely want. That's definitely a bucket list. About to go through the tunnels here. Supposed to beat the horn for these. Alright, that is that. I am done for now. I'm tired. Got things to go do. So, thank you for watching the stream as usual. I might do another one tomorrow, might not. I'll let you guys know. But until next time, it's Connor from Dash 7 Studios. Thanks for watching.